28. The splendid crown of Ephraim's drunkards is doomed. The withering flower, its beautiful splendor, situated at the head of a rich valley, the crown of those overcome with wine. Look, the Lord sends a strong, powerful one, with the force of a hailstorm or a destructive windstorm, with the might of a driving, torrential rainstorm. He will knock the crown to the ground. With his hand, the splendid crown of Ephraim's drunkards will be trampled underfoot. The withering flower, its beautiful splendor, situated on the head of a rich valley, will be like an early fig before harvest. As soon as someone notices it, he grabs it and swallows it. At that time, the Lord of Heaven's armies will become a beautiful crown and a splendid diadem for the remnant of his people. He will give discernment to the ones who make judicial decisions, and strength to the ones who defend the city from attackers. Even these men stagger because of wine. They stumble around because of beer. Priests and prophets stagger because of beer. They are confused because of wine. They stumble around because of beer. They stagger while seeing prophetic visions. They totter while making legal decisions. Indeed, all the tables are covered with vomit, with filth, leaving no clean places. Who is the Lord trying to teach? To whom is he explaining a message? To those just weaned from milk? To those just taken from their mother's breast? Indeed, they will hear meaningless gibberish, senseless babbling, a syllable here, a syllable there. For with mocking lips and a foreign tongue, he will speak to these people. In the past, he said to them, this is where security can be found. Provide security for the one who is exhausted. This is where rest can be found. But they refuse to listen. So the Lord's message to them will sound like meaningless gibberish, senseless babbling. A syllable here, a syllable there. As a result, they will fall on their backsides when they try to walk, and be injured and snared and captured. Therefore, listen to the Lord's message. You who mock, you rulers of these people who reside in Jerusalem. For you say, we have made a treaty with death, with Sheol. We have made an agreement. When the overwhelming judgment sweeps by, it will not reach us, for we have made a lie our refuge. We have hidden ourselves in a deceitful word. Therefore, this is what the Lord, the sovereign Lord, says. Look, I am laying a stone in Zion, an approved stone, set in place as a precious cornerstone for the foundation. The one who maintains his faith will not panic. I will make justice the measuring line, fairness the plumb line. Hail will sweep away the unreliable refuge. The floodwaters will overwhelm the hiding place. Your treaty with death will be dissolved. Your agreement with Sheol will not last. When the overwhelming judgment sweeps by, you will be overrun by it. Whenever it sweeps by, it will overtake you. Indeed, every morning it will sweep by. It will come through during the day and the night. When this announcement is understood, it will cause nothing but terror. For the bed is too short to stretch out on, and the blanket is too narrow to wrap around oneself. For the Lord will rise up as he did at Mount Perazim. He will rouse himself as he did in the valley of Gibeon, to accomplish his work, his peculiar work, to perform the task, his strange task. So now, do not mock, or your chains will become heavier. For I have heard a message about decreed destruction from the sovereign Lord of Heaven's armies against the entire land. Verse 23. Pay attention and listen to my message. Be attentive and listen to what I have to say. Does a farmer just keep on plowing at planting time? Does he keep breaking up and harrowing his ground? Once he has leveled his surface, does he not scatter the seed of the caraway plant, sow the seed of the cumin plant, and plant the wheat, barley, and the grain in the designated places? His God instructs him. He teaches him the principles of agriculture. Certainly, caraway seed is not threshed with a sledge, nor is the wheel of a cart rolled over cumin seed. Certainly, caraway seed is beaten with a stick and cumin with a flail. Grain is crushed, though. One certainly does not thresh it forever. The wheel of one's wagon rolls over it, but the horse does not crush it. This also comes from the Lord of Heaven's armies, who gives supernatural guidance and imparts great wisdom. Can't wait to get into that last part. I really like that section there. Okay, scrolling back. So, the splendid crown of Ephraim's drunkard is doomed. So we have crying against the king, against the priest, against everybody in the northern kingdom. So Ephraim is the northern kingdom. Israel is the northern kingdom. Judah is the southern kingdom. David is the southern kingdom. Sometimes Jacob and Israel can be interchanged among both of them, but when you say the nation of Israel, we're talking northern kingdom. We say Ephraim, we're talking northern kingdom. The withering flower, it's beautiful, it's splendid, situated in the rich valley. The crown, the crown is overcome with wine. It's interesting. Look at the sends strong, powerful ones with the force of a hailstorm, destructive winds, the driving rain. So we're going to destroy the flower that's coming. The splendid of the crown of Ephraim's drunkards are trampled underfoot. The withering flower, its beautiful splendor, situated at the head of the rich valley, will be like the early fig before harvest. So the early fig before harvest, there are these things. I learned this recently. So there are these things when a fig is getting ready to, they're not the fig, but they are this thing that comes on the plant that would look as if it was a fig, and you can eat those, but they aren't going to ripen into what is going to be the fig. There's something different, and so that's a thing that is being mentioned here. That may have been what Jesus was looking for when he went to the fig tree and cursed the fig tree. Like, you looked like you should have had those first fruits of it that aren't the actual figs, but you didn't even have that. You didn't even that hat. You have turkey all year round. It's not made in the oven. Nice. So as soon as someone notices, he grabs it and swallows it. Yeah, like you're like those little things that pop off early. Yeah, you want to grab those. The Lords of Heaven's armies will become a crown and a splendor diadem to the remnant people. So we have this whole ongoing, everybody in the northern kingdom, all the leaders are drunk. They're wandering around. They're not doing it. There's going to be something beauty, and the remnant people, for the splendid remnant, they're going to have a beautiful crown, but not the leaders. He will give discernment to the ones who make judicial decisions and strengthen the ones who defends the city from its attackers. Even the men who staggers because of wine. They stumble around because of beer. Priest and prophet stagger because of beer. They are confused because of wine. They stumble around because of beer. They stagger. Even the men that stagger. They totter. They make legal decisions while drunk. They make prophetic visions while drunk. Indeed, all the tables are covered with vomit. Like, there is no clean place in the northern kingdom. There is no clean people who are leading. Who is the Lord trying to teach? To whom is he trying to explain this message? To those just weaned from milk. To those just taken from their mother's breast. So, it is the little ones God is trying to teach this message to, because those who are older are already set in their ways, and they're going to go to punishment and destruction. So he's trying to teach a lesson to the younger ones. So if we go back to those 40 years and under are going to be, 20 years and under are going to be allowed to go into the land. Those 20 years and older are going to wander in the desert and die. So I think the same idea here in mind. Those perhaps 20 and under. And he's using the reference of weaned from milk. It has got to be those who have not yet set their ways and are still looking to God for lessons, and he's going to give it to them. Indeed, they will hear meaningless gibberish, senseless babbling, a syllable here, a syllable there, from the mocking lips of a foreign tongue. He will speak to these people. In the past, he said to them, this is where security has been found. Provide security for the one who is exhausted. This is where you can find rest. So God in the past has told you what to do and where you can find rest and where you can find security. Not happening. You're going to hear gibberish now. You refuse to listen. Those who refuse to listen will hear nothing but gibberish. So the Lord's message will sound like meaningless gibberish, senseless babbling, a syllable here, a syllable there. As a result, they will fall on their backsides when they try to walk, and injured, ensnared, and captured. So all the people who are the leaders are wandering around drunk. They're going to hear God's message. They're going to hear nothing, and they're going to be ensnared and taken away. Therefore, listen to the Lord's message. You who mock, you rulers of these people, you residents of Jerusalem. So the southern kingdom now needs to listen, because the message to the northern kingdom applies to you too. We have made a treaty with death, with Sheol. We have made an agreement. Like, this is bizarre and ridiculous. You're making an agreement with death. Hey, death, like, don't kill so many of us. Like, can you only take one a day? Oh, sure, just one a day. I could do that. And Sheol, can we just send you like one a week? Would that be cool if we just do one a week? I mean, we're tired of like the, 100 at a time. I never thought of that. Let's do that. Like, yeah, so you made a debt, like the absurd thing that you could do. Yeah, For we have made a lie our refuge. Yeah, you think you can make the rules around avoiding death and avoiding capture and avoiding God's judgment. Avoiding God's judgment is as dumb as thinking you can make an agreement with death. Unless you're Bill and Ted and you're playing Twister, then maybe you can make an agreement with death. But, No, you're going to Sheol, baby. We had hidden ourselves in deceitful words. You're going to finally realize you fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. Therefore, this is what the Lord the Sovereign says. Look, I am laying a stone in Zion, an approved stone, set in place as a precious cornerstone for a foundation. I'm going to set something in place. It's going to be there. It's going to start something. You should pay attention. The one who maintains his faith will not panic. I will make justice the measuring line, fairness the plumb line. I wonder what word there is for fairness. I don't really like the word fairness. It is abused in the way it's used. It is used in ways that aren't fair. Let me put it that way. So 17. Let's see what we have there for the word fairness. It's not a translation I like. Okay, maybe I got that wrong. I thought it was 17. Fairness is the plumb line. Okay, it's whatever is the plumb line. That's what I need to find. Righteous to the plumb line. I will lay out, judgment also I will lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies. Okay. So it's righteous. Tzedakah. Yeah, I would never take righteousness and talk about it as fairness. No. And righteousness to the plumb line. So it is righteousness is going to be the plumb line, not fairness. Like righteousness. I'm sorry. Fairness is way different in my mind than righteousness. Righteousness is a God standard. So he's holding up his standard. He's holding justice up as his standard. He's holding righteousness up as his standard. Fairness is not a standard that I hold up. Righteousness is what is right, not what's fair. There's a lot of times what is righteous is not what's fair. I would say that. So, hail is going to sweep away the unreliable refuge and flood. So whatever you are relying in is going to be swept away. When God holds the plumb line up and says, here's the measuring line, you don't measure up. Your treaty with death is dissolved. Your agreement with Sheol will not last. Like, it's absurd. It couldn't even happen anyway. When the overwhelming judgment sweeps away, it will overrun you. You will be swept away morning and night. Like, it's going to come, and it's going to come again, and it's going to still come, and it's going to come happen. And when you think it's done, it's going to come another time. That's the idea, the image there. When this announcement is understood, it will cause great terror. Yeah, when you understand that, like the other motifs we've had before, running away from the lion only to be chased by a bear, there, only to escape and get into your house and be stung or be bitten by the cobra. You're gonna keep trying to flee, and there's the next one that's going to come. It's going to be at night, and you think, woo, the morning it's over, and it comes in the day, and you're like, oh, at least the day's over, and it comes at night again, and oh no, it comes the next day, and the next day. You will not escape. Your bed is too short to stretch out on. Your blanket is too narrow to wrap yourself in. There's a beautiful image. Your bed is too short. Your blanket is too narrow. Have a nice nap. The Lord will rise up as he did on Mount Perazim, for he will rouse himself, and he did in the valley of Gibeon, and accomplish his work, his peculiar work, to perform his task, his strange task. Why is it a strange task? Because God has to punish his people. That's why it's a strange task. He shouldn't have to. They should be serving him. They should be following him. They're not. So it's a strange task for God to have to discipline his people. So now, do not mock, or your chain will become heavier. Fairness and righteousness, kind of the same anyway. Shaihu, I totally disagree. I do not see fairness as righteousness in any capacity. I see those vastly different, Shai. Maybe you see them the same, and that's okay. Righteousness is a standard of God. I do not see, we think that fairness means I have 10 apples, I have 10 friends, everyone gets an apple. That's not fairness. I have friends who don't like apples. Why would I give them an apple? That would be absurd. Why does everyone need an apple? Maybe I only give it to 2 or 3 people. Well, that's not fair. Well, it might be righteous. It might be righteous because some of my friends have an apple orchard and go buy their own. I don't need to give them an apple. I give it to 2 people who are in desperate times. I give 5 apples to one, 5 to another, or 4 to another, and I keep 1 for myself. And the other 8 friends, I give nothing. That might be righteous, but you would say that's not fair. And I'd say, absolutely, fairness doesn't matter. So righteousness is just like fair or something the people see or God see. And I disagree, and I just gave an example of how I disagree, Shai. But you might see it as synonyms. I see them as vastly different. Fairness would be when I go to basketball and I play basketball, I have to be able to dunk the ball because Shaq can dunk the ball. So to be fair to me, the rim needs to be lowered so I can play and I can dunk a basketball. Fairness needs to be the outfielders need to come in when I go up to play baseball so that I can hit a home run. The fence needs to be moved in because I'm not a professional. I can't hit it as far. So to be fair to me, you have to move things. That's what fairness is in my mind. Fairness is changing the standard so that someone who can't meet the standard can have the standard. Righteousness is a standard that cannot be moved. And maybe this is my bias and you guys don't see it that way. That's fine. That's fine, but that's mine. Wilpog, hey, welcome in, bud. The problem with fairness is that it's very subjective sometimes. So there is a danger in trying to input the human concept of fairness onto God. Yeah. But that's fair enough. To say God's fairness is different than to say fairness. So, hey, Supersonic, welcome in. But I would never take the word righteousness in Scripture and translate it as fairness. That to me just doesn't. I'm going to hold up fairness as a standard. No, I'm going to hold up righteousness because I can't measure up to it. Fairness, I could. That's my thought. Let me know what happened. We'll change it after we finish this chapter. So pay attention to my message, be attentive, and listen to what I have to say. And now we're going to give a lesson. Does the farmer keep on plowing at planting time? Does he break up the ground and keep breaking it up? Does he keep breaking up the seeds? No, he switches and he scatters the seeds. So the farmer doesn't keep breaking up the ground. No, he moves to the next thing. You finish one task, you move to the next task. You finish a task, you move to the next task. So that's what we're going to have here. So there is a time to till the soil, there is a time to plant, and there is a time to harvest. And we also don't treat all seeds the same. So here we go to the fairness. Fairness would be every seed gets treated the same. That's not fair, or anyway. I won't go back into that. We treat cumin the way cumin should be treated. We treat caraway the way caraway should be treated. We treat wheat and barley the way they should. We don't do the same for everybody. So you know this is a natural way. And how do you know this? Because God has revealed this to you, that the way that you plant, a farmer is not dumb. He has been revealed to by God that certain plants take certain care. Other plants take other care in the planting, in the tilling, in the harvesting, in the reaping, in the production of them into a viable consumable product. They all have different methods, and you don't keep doing it once you've accomplished it. You don't keep going more and more and more. No, you stop. So there is then in hope that the punishment will come to an end when the people learn the lesson, which he already said would be the case. So the motif of it will not have to be continuous is there and set up. Okay. Let's see what other thoughts. When you think about it, what God did is saving us through Christ was not fair. Yeah, it's not what we deserve. And Sunshine S Games, welcome in. Let me know what hat you